John, I continue to read and hear and learn about the words, just drop everything. Just drop everything. And I don't know how to do that.
Okay.
I don't even know how to start that. It's like,
Okay.
well, just drop everything. Okay.
So the question is, who is being encouraged to drop everything and why?
I think the little me is being encouraged to drop everything.
For what benefit?
I don't know.
It sounds like a useful instruction, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then your question, well, how do I do that? And so it brings up the question like, well, who is it exactly that's trying to drop something, and what exactly am I dropping? And why?
I guess I think that what I'm dropping would be my concepts and beliefs and the sense I get is that the why would be to be awakened.
To get to someplace beyond concepts.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how do you drop concepts? Right.
You can't. I mean, just the dropping is a concept.
Okay. So if you have a concept that you believe is true, but you think, well, no, what I should be doing is dropping a concept, but then this is a true concept, but,
Picking up
now
another
I'm
concept.
in conflict with myself.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you can't drop a concept and believe it's true at the same time.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Any more than you can open and close a door at the same time. I mean, it's one or the other. Either you believe the concept, but if you see the concept is actually not true, you don't have to try to drop it at that point, right?
Right. You don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the effort isn't try to drop the concept. The effort is to see, is the concept true?
Oh, okay.
The dropping will happen by itself.
Right.
Okay. So you don't need to worry about dropping anything.
Good.
Just to see if give me your best concept.
My best concept is that I am somebody, that I'm a person.
Okay. Okay.
I
Good.
am a person.
I mean, that's sort of the core concept, right?
Right.
I am this identity center, right? Something apart from other people and apart from this table and whatever, right? Okay. So what I'd suggest is not to go too directly, not say, well, no, I have to convince myself that I'm not this separate person. But it feels like I am, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's the conflict, right? If I'm trying to go at it too directly, then I just sort of muddled the mind about it.
Right.
Because I believe it, but then I think, well, there's a spiritual benefit, or I've been told that there is if I don't believe it, but I do. So there's the wobble.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
So what I'd suggest doing is looking more carefully at the belief itself rather than trying to get rid of it. Okay, so we can ask the question of what exactly in my experiences convinces me that I am this body? How do you know that what you are is this body?
Well, certainly currently because of pain.
Okay. How do you know that there's pain?
It's an energy feeling. It's a feeling.
I'm sorry?
It's a physical feeling.
Okay. And how do you know that there's that physical feeling in the body?
Because I feel it.
There's an awareness of it, right?
Right. Yeah.
Okay. So there's pain appearing within awareness. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. No, we're not denying the pain. Okay. How else? What other evidence besides having the capacity to be aware of the pain?
Well, I'm aware of everything that's going on around me.
Okay, good. Okay. When you say, I'm aware of everything that's going around me, point to where this I is.
Yeah. I've not found that I.
Okay, all right.
Look, I've looked though.
Okay, well, good. Good.
Yeah. I don't know where it is.
Okay. You haven't found this I, but you have found this capacity to be aware, yes?
Yes.
Okay. So if we were to stick with just our direct experience, what we're saying is that there's this direct, let's call it an experience of this presence awareness, right?
Yes.
And within that, one of the things that appears is sensation of pain, right?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, there's also other things that happen in the body. I mean, I'm aware that the breath is happening. Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
You're aware that you're talking in this moment.
Yes.
We're aware that, you're in a room, that thoughts happen. Okay. So I'd suggest all of those things are happening within this capacity to be aware.
Yes.
Okay. And that's our direct experience. So you're fortunate. I mean, most people have a hard time seeing just this sense of awareness apart from the experience, right? They only see the experience, the objects, and not this capacity to be aware of the object. Okay, so you're in a fortunate position from having recognized this awareness. Okay, one of the thoughts that's happening within this awareness is, I am this body. Okay. Without that thought, the direct experience is thinking, feeling, seeing, touching, experiencing pain in the body, right? All happening within this spaciousness. So then we can really allow the question just to really sort of simmer on the back burner. Like, I wonder what my true identity is. Is it this capacity that I have, that I know that I have, of being aware of these different sensations in the body, being able to look at it, there it is. I'm looking out of these eyes, right? So it appears that I'm local to this body. Okay, that's the appearance, but it's all appearance within our sensations, right? Our perceptions, right? All appearing. The only way we know that we can see the body is that we are aware of that image, right? The only way I know that I have this pain in the body is that I'm aware of this bodily sensation of pain. So then the question remains, though, who am I? Am I this spaciousness within which all of these perceptions and sensations happen? Or am I the idea that what I am is limited to this separate body-mind?
Yeah. I'm the awareness.
Yeah. So it's not to try to get rid of the idea, because the idea has a lot of history to it,
Mm-hmm.
but it's just to hold it as an open question. Like, I wonder if I really, when I really sense into it, is it possible that what I really am is this spaciousness rather than this idea that what I am is this separate, physical, limited, skin-tight entity? So we're not trying to get rid of the belief. We're just sort of, just be willing to really, really hold it.
Mm-hmm. I could say that.
Okay. Because it's not a question of deciding, it's not, convincing ourselves, but we really believe it anyway, to tell the truth, it's,
Well, I wouldn't be able to do any of that if I was not aware.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's just notice that this already existing awareness is of a unique character. Everything else, including the thought that, because it's a thought, I am this body-mind, I can repeat that in my head and convince myself of it. But so that's in the world of form, all sensations, perceptions, feelings, thought, world of form. And then we have this one unique, amazing, mysterious, totally available capacity to notice all of that. So, we can just ponder, like, what's most fundamental? Not to convince ourselves, but just to open to the possibility. Yeah, it's not that sort of change of residency doesn't happen as a result of a decision or a belief, or it's not. My experience of it is that it's much more like an erosional process. It's not something that we as a separate entity can convince ourselves that we're not a separate entity. We can't do that, right? Because if even by trying to do that, the only motivation for doing that is an egoic motivation to try to make life better, right? So we can't do it that way, but what we can do is just hold it, just feel into it, like which has more depth, more reality. And just the mind is uncomfortable with this. It likes to make a decision and move on and not think about it anymore. But when we hold both there, my experience with it was just like over a period of time, like several years even, it was like it was less and less possible just to believe that that's what I am. In the face of something much, much larger, And we can see that everything in the world of form is subject to impermanence, right? Bodies certainly are, right? Even thoughts, beliefs, situations, all of that, but certainly the body, right? So the question is, how about awareness? We don't know, right?
Right.
Okay. But at least it's the one thing that we can directly experience that at least has the possibility of being immune to the law of impermanence, right? Because as far as we can tell in our own experience, we can try to remember back as far as we can remember, and there was still that sense of me, right? We thought it was me, this body, this little kid running around. But before that, there was just a sense of wonder, amazement, being in this amazing world of form, forgetting oneself. Right? And it's the one thing that doesn't, it doesn't change, right? It doesn't, I mean, I know in spirituality they talk a lot about becoming more aware, right? But it's not really that. It's the awareness is just fine, already complete. What most people maybe unknowingly mean by that is that we're distracted by all the things that we believe and overlay on top of it. But the awareness itself is pure from the get-go.
Right.
Okay. So we have something that we can experience directly ourselves, that's not of the world of form, that's enduring, far back as we can remember. It's not subject to the, rust and decay of the body. How's that going for it?
Mm-hmm. That's the awareness.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It
Yeah.
seems like it's a matter of falling into it, so to speak, or
You are it.
yeah.
Yeah, just relax into it. It's
Yeah.
not a doing so much.
Right.
Once you've recognized what it is and that it's present, just check in with it often. And don't worry about trying to, get rid of this idea or that idea. Just check in with the awareness.
Mm-hmm.
The awareness will do all the hard work.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even know how it's doing it. You really don't. It'll deal with all the doubt and
Details.
insecurity and all of that. It will. Yeah. And it works. Yeah, because it's not that whole process. Once we get our foot in the door, so to speak, which you have by recognizing this presence, then allow that to do the work. Just trust that. You don't need any beliefs. You don't need any dogmas. You don't need to fix any karma. You don't need to. The body's okay. I know it might not be comfortable all the time, but it's okay, right?
Mm-hmm.
All of that's okay. Just trust the awareness to do the hard work, and just to come back to it as often as you possibly can, and just sit with that. Nothing to do, it's not using it to get somewhere else. It's just remaining in that presence. That's it.
Thank you.
Okay, good. Very good.